The other day, someone posed a question to me, actually several questions, but one of the questions was, why don't I subscribe to social media? Why don't I get a Facebook account, Instagram or Twitter account to branch out, you know what I'm saying, to grow my YouTube channel? And I told them that I'm not going to volunteer any information to the government. They didn't understand what I meant by that, so I'm going to explain it in this video. After I actually eventually explained it to that individual, but I'm going to explain something to y'all in this video, as well as show y'all why y'all shouldn't be out there putting your business out there on social media. You shouldn't be out there protesting and shit because they're using facial recognition. But you'll see the video that follows this brief commentary. So this person asked me why I don't, sign up with Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I explained to them, I'm not going to volunteer my information to the government, right? Because when you go on these social media network, you're putting your business out there. In some cases, people, even while taking a shit, right? They're live stream taking a shit, talking about what type of toilet tissue they're going to wipe their ass with. I kid you not, I've seen someone showed me a video of this girl, black girl, unfortunately and shit, right? Taking a shit. Titties not all the way out, but hanging out. She's in her bathroom taking a shit or using the bathroom. I think she was shitting because she was on there for a while. And she talked about, oh, see me? I don't use certain toilet tissue. I use, I'm not even going to give advertisement to this name of the toilet tissue that she said, right? She used this particular brand of toilet tissue because her ass is sensitive. And I'm saying, are you serious? I couldn't believe it. And a lot of y'all are putting your information out there. If y'all going on vacation, y'all telling where y'all going, when y'all, where y'all going, when y'all leaving and shit, when y'all coming back, who y'all going with. You know what I'm saying? Putting your business out there. Not only the government is getting this information, but you got criminals getting this information. Thank you very much and shit. Thanks for that information. You know what I'm saying? So I could go rob your house. I mean, what is wrong with y'all people? Social media for me is a destruction of black people. You have black people committing crimes, right? On fucking live, Facebook Live. I've seen one where this dude was literally breaking into an ATM machine, live streaming this shit, committing a crime. I mean, I'm saying to myself, are we that destroyed for lack of knowledge, for real? Do we not know who we are, how powerful we are as a people? But I know they have given us a lot of, distraction and shit, but at the end of the day, family, we have to use common sense. Then you have these phones that have two-way cameras. No matter which way you turn your phone, they're literally monitoring your every move. You have the location device on many phones, right? Sometimes when you take photos, it tells you exactly where the fuck you were when you took the photos. And we don't consider that these apps that we're downloading comes with a price. You think they're gonna spend money to make apps? Sometimes they preload the app on your brand new phone and shit. You're like, why do I have these apps on my phone? I didn't download the shit because it's pre-programmed, it's pre-download so they can spy on you. Sometimes you try to be slick. You like with me, I try to be slick and shit. When I want to make a phone call to Jamaica for my sister, I download the WhatsApp app, right? And that's time after I make the phone call and shit, I'm gonna uninstall it. By the time I get around to uninstalling this shit, they already gather information off my phone. So what I'm saying to y'all people, right? I'm going to show y'all a video too. I'm going to show y'all a video right after my brief commentary. I want y'all to pay attention to this video to show you that they're literally tracking us. Well, we already know, but I mean literally facial recognition on black folks. So please, females, stop taking these up-to-date photos of yourself, giving up-to-date information to the government, letting them know what you look like, right? A lot of y'all females change your hairstyle at least, twice a day and shit, right? Or not even twice a day, but twice a week. And y'all updating the shit on Facebook or on Instagram, showing people what y'all look like. These people it's easy for the government to do a facial recognition on your ass because you're giving them ammunition. You're giving them information about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't do Facebook. The last time I was on Facebook, I think it was in 2008 and shit. That was the last time. Because that's when I start to wake up and realize this shit don't make no sense. You got to pay for everything in life, but yet still they allow you to have social media for free, where you're reaching out to family members. Now you can make phone calls on social media. I mean, you got to think about it, family. Not everything glitter is gold. But stay tuned for the next video. Just want to share my thoughts for the day. Shalom.
Derek Ingram Ingram says protest is part of who he is.
George Floyd, he's gone. Breonna Taylor, she's gone. They're trying to equate murder, breaking into a store that has insurance, with killing someone.
I remember winning my regional championship in wrestling and putting up a black power fist. I've been like since I was 15.
He says he doesn't remember June 14th well, but the spring was a time of fierce emotions.
That passion and that anger came out when I was on the megaphone that day.
He wound up aiming the megaphone at an officer, and the NYPD says he, quote, caused pain and protracted impairment to her hearing. Neither the NYPD nor Ingram's lawyer would confirm that these images depict the alleged incident, but NBC has confirmed that they are from that day and place. A month later, the NYPD tweeted this, accusing Ingram of assault on an officer. And weeks after that, a knock on the door of his Manhattan apartment.
I saw cops in my courtyard that I'm in right now, and then a cop in the building across the street.
Officers, dogs, even what appeared to be a police drone converged on his home.
It was 5 hours, and it escalated almost every 30 minutes.
Without a warrant, where's your warrant? Police tried to convince Ingram to open up.
They brought up my grandmother during it. They were saying, like, what would Dolores think? And I had these posts on, like, my Instagram and Facebook. They were quoting me, like, won't you be the warrior that you say you are?
They had a whole script on your life from your social media posts.
Yeah, it was bizarre. It was bizarre.
On the day of the attempted arrest, a news crew caught a shot of this flyer. It says facial identification. The portrait is from Instagram. How do we know? Well, it was shot by an NBC photographer. The NYPD confirmed that it used facial recognition in Ingram's case, saying, quote, it's a limited investigative tool comparing a still image from surveillance video to a pool of lawfully possessed arrest photos. It's not clear what led NYPD to a photo from social media, but photos like Ingram's Instagram image can be used in rare instances, according to NYPD policy, with the approval of either the chief of detectives or the deputy commissioner of intelligence and counterterrorism.
I felt like using high-tech resources like that would be limited to people committing egregious crimes.
This is not a tactic used only in New York. It's happening across the country. In Miami, 25-year-old Oriana Albornoz can be seen during this May 30th protest. Police say she threw 2 rocks, one that hit an officer and that it, quote, struck his left leg, causing bruising and abrasions. She has pleaded not guilty. Miami police admit to using facial recognition program Clearview AI, which can match even the grainiest portraits to other photos of you online. But Miami police regulations prohibit using it on people exercising constitutional rights.
This means that if somebody is peacefully protesting and not committing a crime, we cannot use it against them.
But if Albornoz hit an officer, the rules change, according to the assistant chief of Miami police in an interview with NBC6 South Florida.
We have used the technology to identify violent protesters who assaulted police officers, who damaged police property, who set property on fire, and we have made several arrests in those cases, and more arrests are coming in the near future.
As Albornoz's attorney points out, a photo is now all it takes to go deep inside someone's life.
How or where they got her image from begs other privacy rights. Did they comb through her, let's say, social media? And if they did, how did they get access to her social media?
Here's the basic idea. If a police department has someone's face in a photo or on security camera footage and can't identify them through witnesses, Clearview compares that image to its vast collection of faces, finds a match, and gives police a likely name and a chance to build a profile on that person. Where did Clearview get all those faces? Well, from the places you have posted yours, like Facebook, Google, and Twitter. In a statement, Clearview AI wrote that its technology is, quote, for after-the-crime investigations to help identify criminal suspects. It is not intended to be used as a surveillance tool. Back in March, we spoke with its CEO about how police use the technology.
They're not really going out there, as far as we know, and very confident about that, and snooping to try and find new cases to solve. A lot of it is...
I mean, that's the convenience you've created here.
It has to be public information. Typically, criminals aren't posting all this stuff publicly about, the crimes that they're doing.
But it's not just public information, right? It's just that if a police officer suspects somebody, takes their photo on their phone, it will then match it up to information. And
Yeah.
they never had to ask them, let me see your ID.
So identifying people is, a very safe, positive thing. I don't think that police officers are going to be told you can go around with this to take photos of anyone you want.
Of any facial recognition company, Clearview AI, which specifically markets to law enforcement, offers the broadest ability to identify faces on the web and social media. The NYPD did not answer our questions about its relationship with Clearview. And while they confirmed the use of facial recognition, we don't know exactly how or why it was used in the case of Derek Ingram.
But I felt like, not me though, not me. We're not doing anything violent or wrong. They have no reason. We're not rioting, looting, burning buildings.
The day after the siege on his apartment, Ingram turned himself in. He was released that night with his charges reduced from felony to misdemeanor assault, and he's now awaiting trial.
Having CCTV, having facial recognition is a good thing. Like with child abductions, with violence, also like people's human rights matter too, and that's going to take us monitoring and surveilling our own government as well and holding them accountable.